Hmm. Hello. Unbelievable. This is a Visa card that I had blocked back in August last year to try and stop myself spending money on credit. This thing has cost me $600 without buying or spending or using it. I put it away somewhere. I thought so I couldn't. They blocked it for 3 months, so I knew I couldn't use it. So I put it away somewhere. And then things got so bad at the end of last year, by Christmas time, I was literally trying to sell things, on the local Gumtree and Facebook, trying to sell shit and get $5 for a jigsaw set and $2 for this and that. It was hell on earth. Anyway, my sister helped me out with my electricity bill, and the government helped me out. So that's sort of clawed back most of the at least $600 that I've lost on this. So anyway, I bit the bullet and applied for a new credit card early this year, and thank God I did, because wow, it's and it's creeping up again. It's going through the roof. It doesn't matter what you do. It's an old age pensioner in this country. Did you know that Australia's economy is the same size as the US, Russia? Except we're about 1/20th the population of that fucking Russia, but we've got the same amount of money, but we don't waste it. Yes, we do. Anyway, they should give more money to old pensioners like me, so we can buy Blue Note one steps. Anyway, um, found it. Now I am going to cut it up because it is fucking useless. Because I got a replacement card, and guess where I found it? In my little treasure box here. I was going through my cards thinking about something, and as soon as I opened it, I went through everything in this place. I looked inside every book, everything. Couldn't find it. I figured I must have cut it up and destroyed it. No, no. First thing I do is open this, go to look at for something, and bang, I saw that, and I went straight away. I went, oh, you bastard. Anyway, that's okay. Quick one. Hurry up. Um, In Australia, the biggest audience the Beatles ever had in the world was in South Australia, in Adelaide. Estimated 600,000, or whatever the population of Adelaide was at the time, probably 600,000. They reckon just about everyone in Adelaide turned up and lined the streets all the way to the airport, if they have one there. Yeah, they must have. I lived there for a year as a kid, but I don't remember any planes flying around. Um, just rockets firing atomic bombs in the desert at the Abos. They just the poor. Anyway, so in Australia, the Beatles were just massive, unbelievably massive, and as much as I might not like them particularly, or a lot of people detest them, they created the rock and roll scene in Australia. Before that, it was just rubbish, third, fourth rate Elvis impersonators, um, and then it really it had the biggest impact on Australia, the Beatles, far more than anywhere else in the world. So inadvertently, they created the Australian rock and roll scene. There was one thing bigger than the Beatles in Australia, well, just as big later on, from '64 onwards, was the Shintaro, the samurai. That card alone is worth hundreds of dollars. I've got the complete set. It took me almost 65 years to get the full set, because in those days, I mean, at one stage, the full set was worth anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Unfortunately, the sort of fanatics that would have paid that, most of them are dead, like me. I'm on the way out. God knows how long. Not long, probably. But the people who would have paid that sort of dough are probably dead. So I'm just going to enjoy the fact that, and I'm sort of glad I won't get enough for it, and it's not worth selling, because it's something I spent my whole life trying to achieve. A full set of Shintaro cards. This was my favourite baddie. I think it's Congo of Conga. Actually, I can read it by holding it there. Yeah, Conga. He was so cool, man. He was like the George Harrison of the uh, see, we loved Shintaro in Australia because they looked even more girlish than the Beatles, you know, and cuter. I mean, they actually wore dresses and wigs. Look, he was like the John Lennon, like that's Shintaro. And the funny thing is, when he came out here, they brought him out here on a tour, and he did live performances with the Ninjas and all that shit. Um, and And when he got here, he couldn't believe it. He couldn't speak a word of English. He's only a little tiny Jap. See, on TV, he looks really tall. And he was one of the tall ones. And he got here, he's just this little Japanese fellow with no English and short hair because, of course, he's wearing a wig. See? And but we thought, wow, they're even more girlish than the Beatles. They're even cuter. Yeah. So that's enough of that fucking shit. I don't talk like that. And to finish up today, I have no particular obsession with this. I, for one, could never stomach those Marvel comics or Batman and shit. I was into that fat girl with freckles, little something. Um, what's her name? Little Lotta. Yeah, Little Lotta. Yeah, she got her strength from eating hamburgers and could pick up buses and throw them through to the moon or something. By she just eat half a dozen hamburgers. Now that's my idea of a superhero. Um, I'm not going to get all these out of the plastic. I don't know what this one's called, but I've ended up with Cyclops. Remember the mid-90s? This was the classic era for shit on the plastic, and I can't get it out. It's too early. Um, remember the early 90s, anyone? Oh, the mid-90s? When Fleer joined up with Marvel to bring out these wonderful cards. I've never seen any better than these. I mean, I'm not for some reason, I was really into it at the time. My girlfriend was dying of cancer, and the bus trips up to see her and were depressing, and I needed just something to take my mind off things, and these helped. For some reason, I've ended up with about half a dozen Cyclops. I don't even know which comic book he was in. It was Marvel, but these are just great. Look at that. This is they look a lot better than this, I can assure you. That one's so cool. Here's another Cyclops. Another one. This is the epitome of the trading card to me. And this one. Oh, there's another one after this. Check this one out. Oh my God. Fuck, I love that. Look at it. Oh, this is the monkey creatures that crawled down from the fucking coconut trees ended up millions of years later creating these things. It's amazing. It almost makes you want to believe there's some sort of plan for everything. But then you look at the news and see Putin and you realise everything's meaningless. Absolutely Meaningless. This one's not fancy, but it's the last of my Cyclops. How cool.